Hello everybody, Mr. BadMae here, and welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a little bit since I've posted at least some ATS content, but as you guys may have seen, me and the missus have been extremely busy venturing around Las Vegas area here, kind of bringing you guys a little bit different side, at least of the channel, which is the missus. I hope you guys have been enjoying that. We do have a lot more of that style of content coming at you guys, but also a whole lot more ATS and ETS2 content. We've got a lot made, a lot ready to post, and a lot more being made. There's a lot of exciting news coming up very, very soon for ATS. So stick around because we will have a little bit of a sneak peek into, I can't say yet, but a little bit of sneak peek into some very exciting news that's coming up. I think you guys will definitely enjoy. With that being said, today we're just taking a look at a new W900 that we picked up. This is from our good friend of the channel, Jasper's Modding. I've been working with him off and on a little bit behind the scenes, trying to get some new features and things brought to the truck. Nothing's implemented just yet. I've sent it over to him, and maybe in a new version he'll include what I've provided. We'll see. But that said, let's jump into it. I just wanted to kind of show you guys this truck, what all the features are that come with it, what's the build menu look like, all that kind of stuff. So if you were interested in his truck, this will give you a sneak peek, and maybe I can convince you to give it a shot. Because I have been driving this thing a little while. I do have this model here, the whatever they call it, the Aero Cab Sleeper. I do have one of those built currently. That's what I've been driving. Got about 50,000 miles on the truck in the past 3 days or so. So again, quite a bit of driving on it. But I was wanting to build out one of these guys here, the flat top. So I figured I'd do that with you. So let's go ahead and just jump into it. So we will configure. And then as I mentioned, or as you saw, there are two cabs. So we do have the flat top here, and we have the Aero Cab Sleeper here. And I will be mindful of where my camera is. I don't want to hide anything from you guys. Um, there are also two variants. So obviously the flat top sleeper, we'll go ahead and put that on the flat top. And now there is a 900 Bravo and there's a 900 Lima. So the difference, the Bravo, as you can see right here, you're missing that plate, and then normally there is a Kenworth icon. Also, if you notice, the nose is just a wee bit shorter. So that's the biggest difference of the Bravo. So if I go ahead and click on the L just for comparison, you can see it gets stretched out. You now have your plate, and yeah, but you'll notice maneuverability did not change, nothing changed, just how the truck looks. And that's going from 260 to 260. So it's a one-to-one comparison. The only difference is, of course, you have a longer nose. I really do like the Bravo version. So I may build another one of those. It's just different, right? The other 900s out there don't normally have the Bravo version. Jasper does. So I greatly appreciate that. Side note as well, Jasper has mentioned, not immediately, in probably, I don't know the exact timeline, probably next year, I would assume. Jasper is promising a T800, T800 conversion for this truck, as he mentioned a DLC. So what that will entail, I'm not sure, but if you have any questions, be sure to drop over his Discord and ask, and he will get you squared away. All right, so that's what we're gonna go with here. It's a little 260. You can see it goes all the way up to a 305 wheelbase if you wish. Show you guys what that would look like, because that's a big truck. That would be that guy. 295, 305. I'm gonna go with the 260 Bravo. That's just more my style of truck. The engines, of course, he comes with a lot of the Creech Bomb engine sounds. I have included my engines for my build, so I'm just gonna go ahead and run one of those. Maybe just throw an ISX in it, and then I will throw in one of my transmissions. Again, he comes with a lot of Creech Bomb transmissions, that kind of stuff. I've created custom transmissions here. Um, if you're interested, it is in my engine pack. I will be updating that. But for now, I'm just going to go with my engines. paints that come with his truck are all these solid paint colors. Again, some of them look quite nice. They're more traditional Kenworth colors. He's done a very good job at keeping this traditional. I think his community greatly appreciates that. I've of course went out and done a couple of custom skins for me and the VTC. I'm gonna go ahead and rock with that guy. We'll just throw not that color. That's a bit dark. Maybe just go with white. Go with the old silver truck. Yeah, something like that. I don't know. Not completely sold on it. I could be I could be persuaded to go other ways. Yeah, definitely not that. Orange truck? I mean, that's a choice, right? All right. We may. That one's not so bad. We'll just go with the. We'll go with the white truck for now. I do kind of like the white. White and black kind of turn into a gray. Works for me. All right, moving on. So as we click the accessories or externals here, you'll see there are no lack of dots, right? We all love our dots. So what I've found the easiest way to build these trucks is kind of focus in on which section you're wanting to build first. I'll go ahead and get down a first person view or flip view, and we can just focus on the nose. So let's start right here in the grill. There are all sorts of different options. I personally prefer the painted in screen. Um, this is changing the interworkings here. And of course, since I have a white truck, you're not able to see it. Let me go to something that's a little bit more drastic. So we'll change this. Let's see. Maybe we'll do a yellow truck so you guys can get an idea what's going on here. I'll change this in a bit. I'm not running with that. It's an interesting choice, but all right, let's see what this does. So we'll go ahead again. Be careful because it's clicking through. We will go ahead. Standard bar, 9 bar. So what the 9 bars and the 24 bars are. If I do the 24 bar, you'll see the front end changes. So now this is kind of louvered. If I do the, mine's usually the 7 bar. This is what I usually run. Again, I only run it this way because I've seen it this way at the dealership. Screen and painted. Right here. Now you can kind of see the screen is following the base color of the truck. In this case, it's yellow. The reason you couldn't see it before, obviously, it was white. So if we come back over here and I do like a blue truck, right, you can see that's changing, and it's got the metallic color on it as well. It's like a very cool feature. I do like that a lot. You do like a Joker truck. That always looks good. Maybe I'll leave that. I don't know. Back into this. Again, just pay attention to the front. Rectangular. This is talking about our headlights. So this will change here. So right there, you can see we have turn signals. That's usually my go-to. He does have a couple of different options. You know, you have a visor, no visor. And then this should be no visor, oh, visor, but no turn signal. A few different options. I do like this guy. And then if we click over here, you'll see he has quite a few headlights. Ignoring my lights for a minute. Projector squares. So he has these various different versions of headlights here. LED projector blacks. And then you've got chrome lights. You got all this stuff. So he does have a very unique option in here. Let's see, right here. And let's see, we'll find that guy right here. You notice you lost your headlights, right? They're essentially gone. Well, in the game, this is still a light. I could buy the truck right now as it is, go outside and in the world and have lights. Everything would be fine. Um, Obviously, it would look a little funny, but what this allows you to do is you can use various different stuff in here. So if you have additional lights like big T's, you could actually put I could put beacons in here if I wanted to. Now, this doesn't come with his pack, right? These are separate. But just to show off that point, this is a light hookup. So if you wanted to do a hookup file and add in like a watermelon or something here, you could do it. So you can create some interesting looks. Uh, it's not necessarily what he intended, but you can do it. What he intended is the ability to select different lights. So I could go with one of these, the OEMs, and then I could say, okay, well, I want something like this, right? So now I could have two different lights. And then over here, I could have two different other lights, right? I could go this guy and I could go that guy, whatever. So you could do all kind of crazy combinations. I usually just stick with the low beams. Matter of fact, before I do that, let me find the headlights here. I'm going to go with my own lights, BadMae's LEDs. And now this mod I did give to Jasper. It's not concluded with the truck just yet. I do believe he will include it at some point in the future. He has the files. He knows how to do it. So yeah, if you're looking forward to use my lights with a modded truck, this one will not only be supported by me, but it will also be supported via my mod directly offered through Jasper. So if you're interested in that, if that's a selling point for you, let him know I sent you, and he can hook you up. So I'm gonna go ahead and we'll just do low beams across the way here. I do like the more clear look. All right, that's good enough for me. Now here on the front, everybody's used to these Kenworth full chrome. I think that covers the whole front. I don't like those. I do like this one. Yep, that's my go-to. Moving on to the bumper. He has 12-inch bumpers. He has 20-inch bumpers, 22s, and there's an 18, which I believe is his. Yeah, that's his full bar. So that's an option if you're into that kind of look. I will say he does not have the snorkels if you're going for the Australian look. It's just not on here yet. I'm not sure if that's in his roadmap. Again, that's something you could ask him. I personally prefer like the was it Lexus? Like one of these, kind of angled, or I think Thor was another one that I liked. Yeah, Thor was another one. It's got an angled side, a flat side, and then you can do her up with lights. So I like that one as well. We'll come back to the lights in just a moment because, as you all know, that can take some time. Here in the headlights, here are the blinkers. You can stay with orange. You can do orange and red. That's usually what I go with. That changes the back to red, the front to orange, and then you could have trim on it. He does have round ones as well, right? And then he also has the 3 billet slots. So if you want to run watermelons or something like that, you can put them here and select watermelons. Jasper also includes the light file at a couple of different brightnesses. I believe one is 50%. I think there's 100%, and then the 200%, which is what I'm running. I'm going to swap this back just for something more simple. I'll go with that guy. Logo here. I'm gonna go with colorable and gold, maybe. Maybe colorable and chrome. Yep, go with that guy. This is the bug deflector. I don't usually run these. You could. It's a choice. Blue doesn't look too bad. Purple's not so bad. I could maybe run purple. I don't know what it will look like from inside. We'll find out later. And I do usually run my duck. The old ducky up there. Yeah. Here on the sides, you can put your emblems on. We'll go with the limited edition. No. I think that's the slash. I do like the slash. Trim embolizer. I think, there you go. Again, a few different options for the Kenworth logos. And it goes on both sides. These are also Jasper's tires. You can change the filter here. Only one option, but you can at least chrome it out. The filter, so we can put a filter over, or a cover over top of this. Either chrome or standard in chrome. I like that. Like short or standard, they're both chrome. Air cleaners, change those. We can do 33 inches. We can do 31s, 28s. I am curious what's the small ones look like. That was not so bad. Maybe go with that one. I don't know. Painted. Painted looks pretty good. Then he also has, there's lights here. That's the toys on the inside. Again, just be careful of what you're clicking on. That's his steering wheels. That's his driver. So if you want a driver in there, by the way, you can stick a driver in there. I don't usually use one. If you want one in there, you can have one. There's 3 different drivers. I usually just leave them out. Not my cup of tea, but I'm sure somebody will appreciate that. There's the front fenders, the little guards. We'll run with that. The steps here, I usually just do black, but you could go painted. That's a choice. He has physics as well on his mud flaps. So if we click on that, so these will be animated. If you stop and go, you'll see them swing back and forth, which is a nice touch. In red. We'll go with the white ones. I like this chrome. Maybe let's go with that. I am looking for the lights up front, though. I do know it's here somewhere. Go, turn signals, cabin trim. That's his antennas, steering wheels. You guys know how these modded trucks can go. Sometimes it takes you a minute to find what you're looking for. Steps. You can also change this air intake. So you can have the standard one, or you can go to smooth. This time around, I'll do smooth. Here we go. So these are the light covers. So you can have like a 7 bar. Probably what I'll do. So it puts this little thing here on both sides. You could do a 3 and 3. That will give you 3 here. They're tucked in a little bit more. It also gives you 3 on the back. Let's see. He has 4 slot. I think that one's just up front. Just mounted out a little bit further. Nothing on the back. The ones that have the plus like this, 3 and 5. I think it's 3 in the front, 5 on the back. Yeah. And again, those are cab mounted. The others are air filter mounted. We'll go with the 7. Go ahead and throw some lights on here. May as well. Let's see. Heroes. What does he call his? Ovals, I think. Yeah, he calls his ovals. So we're a purple truck, right? So we'll just do We'll do some blues and some greens, maybe? Not sure. We'll start with purples. Let's do purple and green. Something like that. I don't want to overdo the lights because you guys know how that can be. Something like that. That works for me. Alrighty. So moving on back here, we do have next up. Here you can add or remove these little stickers. I'm not a big fan. I usually like them gone. There we go. Perfect. The leather types, we'll change the interior in a minute. I don't care about this. We have cab panels. So this will change here the metal. We have 1 inch. I'll go chrome so you guys can see it. So you have 1 inch down here. And then we can go to like 3 inch. A little bit longer. And that's pretty much all she's got here. 1, 2, and 3 inches. And then of course painted or chromed. Maybe I'll go painted on this truck. I'm not sure. I'm gonna follow the same thing here. I'm just gonna do ovals everywhere for simple. Keep it simple. Whoop. Maybe we won't do that here, but purple. There we go. And some greens. Okay, keeping it clean, keeping it neat. Here on the back, if we follow that back, actually, I should probably go around the other side. We shall do purple, green, green, purple, and purple. Alrighty. The side skirts, painted or chromed. I think that's the top piece. Yeah, so if you want to do chrome here and chrome at the bottom, you could do that. I'm going to leave mine painted for now. Okay, that one followed suit. Door handles, of course, you can do painted or chromed. Try to paint this one as well. There we go. He has a door light. So if I go with a slot door light, then I could add like a watermelon here if I wanted to. Like a green watermelon. All right, on the back here, again, what size panel you want. I think we did 3s up front, if I remember. So I'll do painted 3s. And I will throw the same thing on. I know we're going through this pretty quickly, forgive me, but trying to be as efficient as it can be. All right, cool. And I may as well do the bumper while I'm here, right? Blinker. I'm going to try to stick to stuff he offers. Let's see. Where's Jasper's lights? There they are. Trying to see if he has. We could, of course, do that. We could just put watermelons on the side of it. It wouldn't be a blinker, but normally here is where I run KSWs. blinkers. He has little watermelon blinkers, and I put them up here. I did speak to Jasper about this. I think he's going to give us watermelon blinkers up here as well. So you know what? We're going to do watermelon, right, because we're on the right side. I'm just going to add this back in. So I'll do a green watermelon there. I'll just keep them at the bottom. And I did speak with Jasper. He did say he could give us watermelons. So with that said, I'm just going to go with that and we'll push on. And then I'll go ahead here and get us going. The one on the right there. Okay. I think that's right. And I'll go ahead and put one there and one there. Call it a day. That's good enough for government work, fellas. Let me go ahead and replace. Oops. So we do have additional lights here. Again, I don't recommend using this many lights, but for the sake of this video, I'm going to do it and I'll remove some lights later. All right, I'm going to go ahead and buy the truck before we have an accident and I lose it. I've learned that the hard way. Stick it there. Okay, now we'll go back in. That's my current one I'm driving. And let's continue this build. Well, I probably should have saved. Sorry, guys. Let me do a quick save. That was the whole point of me exiting. Save. Always good to save your builds. Don't want to lose them. Oh, I haven't had any problems out of his truck crashing, but knock on wood, right? There's always a first time, and you never know. All right. So we'll just continue our route backwards. We just did this. We did a sleeper. All right. So let's focus on. We did that already. I don't do his steps. I need to change them. As a matter of fact, because I've already put lights on it, maybe we'll just keep it. Black, red, white physics. Oh, that's the mud flaps. Okay, that's up front. That's fine. That's the doorstep. Here we can change diamonds, do chrome. I'm going to leave these diamond. I kind of like these. But you do have a lot of options here. Stock chrome, standard, diamond, Jasper's chrome. They're just different variants, different looks of chrome. Here, this is a nicety. So you see a standard little muffler there. I could change it to standard instead of aluminum, or I can go polished. I usually go polished. Yeah, I do like the polished look. Here he's got a lot of different stacks available. The Legacy Edition Chrome. I think this puts the 1963 on there. Little Kenworth. I've been running those. Kenworth 100 standard. So you could do that. Looks familiar from base game, I'm pretty sure. He's got like a darker chrome. That's kind of nice. Yeah, those aren't bad. And then of course up here you can change it. Change the length. You can get them raised up towards the roof if you wish. He has different sizes, 7s, 6, 5s, curves, straight pipes. Right. And you may lose your shield depending on the size of the pipe. It's metered pipes. I'm looking for the that's a look. 45, 45. I'm just gonna look at all the sevens. Yeah, let's go with that. That looks clean. All right, we'll stick with that guy for now. Bed, back plate. Now the back plate is not visible because we have this on here, but it would be underneath of there. Um, Again, it's cut out. Having a hard time seeing what that changes. There it is right there. So it's changing that. We definitely want to go with straight just to fill that gap in. We'll go with that. You can put your little logo on here. You can have painted suspension, so you can kind of see it. My paint's kind of dark. It's changing what's underneath. Come down here in admin camera. Hard to see because my paint is so dark. But yeah, essentially you're painting the suspension. And then if we change the tanks up, we get a chrome or painted. That changes the straps. Again, he has bigger tanks. He has 8-inch. Well, I guess that's the straps. He does have bigger tanks. Standard or chrome. We're gonna go standard. You can change this def tank too. Ash the washer. You can see the two different types of materials. Get rid of the def tank. There we go. That's how I usually like to run it. With this guy here. Not trying to run the def tank. Oh, excuse me, guys. It's late here. Okay. Warning stickers if you so want them. You can see them here on the chassis. This here you can change the locking caps. You can see there. kind of give you an idea. He went into a lot of detail on this truck, which I can appreciate. I'm gonna stick with that one for now. I think these should be his steps. Before I put the steps or the toolboxes on here, let's see if I can get this here. That's his underplate. So a lot of light hookups on there. I'm not gonna bother for now. There are a bunch of different underplates, by the way. He does have some very nice ones. There's diamonds. If I was gonna run one, I would run that. He also has more underplates back here. Taking a lot of options. More light. Boom. Yeah, I'm not gonna run those. Bother right now. Up here, you can put watermelons here if you wish. Maybe I'll just do, a couple of green ones. He does have different sizes. So he's got 2.5, 3.5, 4. Actually, let's do left, turn left watermelon. Interesting. I never noticed he had this. Turn right. I never noticed he had this. So I suppose we'll have blinkers then. The other thing he does have. Here. You can get rid of your thing there if you wish. You can go with air cables. No, where's that? Without airline box? Uh, it was here. There we go. There we go. That's usually how I like to run them. You can, of course, change it to painted. Yep. Back here, you can do a similar thing. I'll take care of the chassis for us. We can paint this if we wish. You see all this is now purple. It's custom painted too. Change that in the back. I'm gonna go with that for now. It's a lot, but and then you could change your fenders. Let's see. I usually go with something like this or something more industrial. We'll go with the ribbed ones. We'll go with that for now. I'm looking for something in particular here. You can change the back of his truck as well. So we changed a little bit. Push that in. You could change these lights around if you wish. His mud flaps and all that you can change. So I'm gonna go with that. I'll just move right along here because it's taking a while. There is one node here. Always that one node that I'm trying to show you guys, and it's escaping me. Can't tell what that's changing. But he has lights you can mount on the bottom. Kind of what I'm searching for. Not having any luck. We'll look for that in just a moment. Go ahead and put on the seals here. Side deflectors. The window, you can get rid of the bar out of the middle if you wish. Or you can close it completely. We'll go with painted. Here's a bunch of lights you can stick on the back. So normally I would go with like 4 and 4 or 151. The full is not bad. I'll usually do diamond watermelons here. Something like that. Because then what I do standard diamond window sleeper. So I just throw those there. Put watermelons below it. And it usually looks pretty good. This is his rack. So if you wanted racks, you could run them like this. Now I don't want racks, so I'll probably remove this thing, but yeah, you got your lights up there. And he's got a few different options in here. Oh, and get rid of this without cabinets. There we go. All right, golden. Go ahead and add the toolbox on here. There's supposed to be lights back here. Not having any luck. And since we don't have any luck, I'll go ahead and throw green lights down here. There we go. You have your def tanker on the back if you wish. There we go. Let's stick with that. And of course, you can also change the tires and rims. I think he's already on the ones that I usually run. And I've adjusted his tires as well. Again, this is another add-on that I gave him. It should be supported by him soon. This just increases your grip during the rain. So I just have SG is what I've thrown in there. He may rename this, I'm not sure, but I've thrown SG in just for super grip. So, anyways, if you see that, that's what that means. And that is a mod that I passed along to him. I kind of prefer the dirty look. You can paint these, which gets kind of interesting. So if you have something against Smurfs, right, we could go blue, and then his tires will look like you just ran over a whole family of Smurfs. Um, yeah, you can have some fun with these. It's interesting. Okay, what does it look like if I go purple? Just out of curiosity. Like if I put that one's so dark, it's not so bad. Just out of curiosity. And then his rims are focused on Alcoa and Acura, I think. Yeah, Acura. So you have a bunch of different options. For me, I prefer his big hole. I'm going to redo the tires. No big deal. Go ahead and switch all of these to the big hole. Put it front two, and I usually black them out. That's just me though. You could go with white. You could go with chrome if you wished. Here's a polished one. For the sake of this video, we would just go polished. Less things I have to worry about configuring. Again, the other mud flap. Then you could, of course, change all his inner workings. It usually goes something like that. Is that jeweled? I think. Yeah, I like the jeweled. You can change the color on them. the American Standard polish. Oopsies. We'll go with that for now. It's been all day on these wheels. Good enough out here. You can, of course, add a little bit more here and there, but you guys get the idea. A very configurable truck. Matter of fact, I guess I'm not quite done. Change the mirrors. Traditional. You can go with antennas. Here at the front, we can start changing this. You can do plastic or chrome around the windows. So if you want it all blacked out, just go plastic. Leave mine on chrome. And change your sun visor. Make sure to leave mine really short. You can see I've even got mine painted up there, so I'm going to do that. I do think a lot of the other ones are also painted, but I'll go with that guy there. Little bow tie. If you want a mid antenna, this is the only truck I've seen that has this. Get my camera freed up. There we go. So again, if you want a mid antenna, she's there. Light adapters. So he has two sets of light adapters. He's got this guy, which is partially across the top, all the way across the bottom, and then he's got this guy, which is all the way across the top and all the way across the bottom. Beacons, I usually get rid of these, save the lights. Horns. Go ahead and put green on these guys. I don't want the horns to overlap, so I'm actually not going to put any up there. Go ahead and select my horns. Let's go get rid of these guys. Good enough for me. Still can't find that node, but it's back there somewhere. There's a node where you can put lights underneath the chassis. I'm just not having luck finding that. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and confirm this, and then save and we'll jump inside the truck. Here we go. He's got one interior at the moment. I'm sure he will add more over time. The interior is not bad. You can throw a blanket on here. This is just the default interior. We can go ahead and get adding. I personally don't use the GPS in the cab, but if you do, there's an option. I usually just do full and painted. Currently, he has an issue with his paint, so if I slide this around, it won't change colors. But there is a workaround, which is we come out to the outside and we select that dash. Right here. If I wanted to go pink or purple with it, right, I could do that. So now if we hop back inside, you see she's purple. Same thing with that if we wanted to. But let me go ahead and change everything else. Is it leather, leather dark? That's air cleaner. There's a couple different types of wood and stuff. I prefer this one, but you could go like Oxford or Ravenwood. Or if you like any of these, he does have the option. I prefer the 100th anniversary myself. You can of course fit your Hula Girls and all that stuff in here. He's got some dashboard lights. Right, gives you a bunch of stuff everywhere. If I wanted to add lights in here, I could add lights. I'm not a big fan of it. He does have sun visors. So you can put a pen up there, you can put glasses up there. That's what I usually roll with. Your air fresheners or parking lights. And then this just matches the rest of it. Put your CB radio up there. Another parking light. And with that thing, again, I need to jump out and paint these panels because oh, I think it's a CD key or a keychain. I mean, they jump out here, paint the truck, paint this interior here, right here, I think. And while we're at it, go and paint this guy. I just like a black seatbelt. Go. You can, of course, change his wheel if you wish. I usually leave it alone. He has a bunch of wheels. He has a wheel steering wheel pack actually comes with this truck. I don't mess with it. The default's fine for me. Oh, kid, bear with me. It's almost 2 a.m. here. Here you have your interior light. So if you want interior lights, I'm going to go ahead and make ours purple. Why not? Put your pillow back there. Change the window if you need to. Put your little thingy back there. Put the fabric on the bed. Whatever fabric you like. Oh, I'm going to stick with that guy. Another area. If you wanted to put more stuff in here, you could. This gear shifter you can change, as well as the shaft you can change. I don't mess with them. The carpet color you can change, but again, it needs to be from outside. It won't change in here. You do have wooden floor options. Of all the options, I think the carpet's probably the best one. Um, that's an interesting choice. He also has floor lights, so I'll go ahead and add in the green floor lights. Door trim, that puts a little thing on the side. Oh, I do like that. I think we're about done. I mean, you can put all your bits and bobs and stuff in here. Put our floor mat down here. Okay, confirm it. You go ahead and drive this thing, and I'll show you guys what those headlights look like. Oh, I also modded the dash lights. Now, this one I didn't give to Jasper just yet. He does have a mod that comes with the truck. I believe that can change the dash lights as well. So I do have purple dash lights in here at the moment. But these are my headlights, so if I can find a dark area. Those are my bright lights. Rain's coming. Just an example for the headlights here. It's a huge difference. So again, this will come with the truck soon as well. So if you guys are possibly interested in this thing, do make sure that you go over to Jasper's Discord or Jasper's website. Check it out. I highly recommend this truck. This is actually one of my favorite modded trucks thus far. Highly recommend it. You go ahead and go to photo mode here so we can change the time of day. That's kind of how she looks at the moment. I've got some more tweaking and stuff to do on her for sure. But that has been a Jasper's W900 build. I know we've missed a couple of buttons and bits and bobs and whatnot on the truck, but you get the gist. Highly customizable. Very traditional to the truck, authentic to the truck, I should say. A lot of it's just a really good truck. There's a lot of quality in here, high detailed on all of the little bits and bobs, highly detailed. I think Jasper has done an amazing job with this truck. It's one of the best, if not the best modded truck I've found so far. So if you guys want a very high quality W900 today, definitely go over to Jasper's and check him out. I'll leave a link in the description of this video over to Jasper's Mods. Telling Mr. BadMae sent you over there. I'd appreciate it. I don't get anything back from it other than his appreciation and respect. That's all I get out of it. Um, and perhaps him and I could do some work together in the future, bring you guys, some discounts or, I don't know, bring you guys some little surprises, whether it be in the form of a mod or a discount or whatever that might be. Me and him figure that out. Let me see if I can't find a sleepy spot real quick. We'll drive over here.
Keep right to continue on the current road. Then continue straight.
We're just gonna run some red lights, guys.
Straight. Keep left to continue on the current road.
I have been messing with my reshade and all of that. Again, other videos coming up to talk about graphics and things. I'm in the middle of a big graphical change.
Continue straight.
I'm not completely happy with it yet, but she's looking really, really good.
Take the next right. Use the right lane to stay on the current road. Then continue straight. Continue straight. Keep right to continue on the current road. Then continue straight. Continue straight. Take the next left. You have arrived at your destination.
Again, these are my lights. They make everything that much better. Even in the darkest of nights, you will be able to see. Promise you. But alright guys, that has been... If I could turn these headlights off. That has been Jasper's W900 build. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope this has been helpful. And again, definitely, even if you guys don't buy the truck, head over to Jasper's Discord. Give him some compliments. Again, I think he knocked it out of the park with this one. Tell him I sent you. I'd appreciate it. And until next time, guys, take care, be safe, and keep on trucking. We'll see you in the next one.